Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, and welcome to yet another episode of Jacob Walks Over a Bridge. I'm Jacob, currently walking over a bridge, and I don't know, this one seems different. Can't seem to put my finger on it. Maybe it's all of these statues lining each side of the bridge. It's the Charles Bridge in Prague. Definitely one of the most famous and oldest ones I've yet to record over while walking. Excuse me, I burped. It was the chocolate they gave me when I checked out of the hotel this morning. I mean, it's still morning. That was only like an hour or two ago. No, like half an hour. I tried to follow Google Maps on a straight line here. Didn't exactly work out. I was here last night when everything was lit up. It was very pretty, but it was not as easy to see the statues. A lot of Christ-like figures, some king figures. And what is it now? It's 8:47. I wanted to come a little earlier to avoid people, but I don't know, it's like the Apple store in a mall. This is the busiest place at any time. There aren't that many tourists walking around Prague that I noticed. Mostly it looked like people were just going to work. Until you get here, and all of a sudden, here they all are. With the same idea I had. But, well, this is an interesting one. You got Jesus on the cross with a lot of Hebrew around him. Now, if I knew Hebrew, I would... they got a weird... like it's like in a circle. But, like, some of the things are 180 degrees different. The word letters, probably for words. Like I said, if I knew Hebrew, I would be able to say what it was that it was saying. But, alas, that's not the case. But, I mean, the other bridges in the city are nice and all. This is definitely the grandest one, the most interesting to walk over. It's all pedestrian, which is nice. Some of the other bridges have cars or trams that go over them, too. Need more trams, by the way. That's just a general statement, at least in New York. But so I know Atlanta was playing around with a streetcar, but New York could definitely, like take cars off of 6th Avenue or something and just make it streetcar. That'd be fun. Or maybe an avenue that doesn't, like maybe like 3rd Avenue, maybe or 2nd or 1st. One of the avenues that doesn't have a subway that goes along it. Give it a tram. That'd be fun. But I don't know. And I guess I'm noticing this a lot over in Europe, where a lot of cities are built around rivers, where they've got a lot of bridges. It's just not as grand, not as grand an experience as in New York. I mean, here you've got so many. They're not very big. I mean, the stretches of water. I mean, the mouth of the Hudson's pretty wide, but there's some pretty wide portions here of the river. Is it like the Nil? I looked it up before what the name of this river is, but it's like VL something that's a little difficult for an English speaker to say. Well, there's someone who's dead in the river. Looks like a bronze carving out an actual dead person. But walking in New York, when you're going over bridges, it's an event. I mean, maybe aside from the Brooklyn Bridge, which is the only one that anyone who lives in New York might have walked over at some point. But, especially when you get to, like, the Queensboro or the GW or the Triborough. They're so big, it takes like 25 minutes just to cross. here, the episode will be, I'll be walking, I'm almost to the other side of the bridge now. And then I'll be walking back. But with a pedal car museum, that looks like fun. Another time, maybe. And today's the last day in Prague. Oh, that guy has a little helicopter hat. Or that's just to keep the birds away. Or halo, or either way, looks like he works at Google. But like going back to what I was saying, in New York, when you walk over a bridge, it's like, oh my God, and then you're in a whole new borough, everything feels different. Here there's, I'm doing a panorama. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 8 bridges in about maybe a mile span. All not too big. They do the job. They get you across, and it's a very nice, scene with all the bridges and the old architecture. Definitely a very nice looking city. But you don't get that same feeling in New York. One of the reasons why I started this whole thing was just because of how much of an interesting experience it was to cross. I'm not saying this is not interesting, especially now that I'm in a whole new place. It's, I'm taking that meme to heart where they say, we were born too late to explore the world. As ethnic Europeans exploring, there are very few places left that man has not touched on this planet, but yet we were born too early to explore the stars. They're talking about maybe putting people back on the moon this decade. I'd like to see that, but aside from that, we're probably in our lifetimes not going out into we're not going to go visit any of the stars in Cassiopeia, or what's the Andromeda? That might be the closest one. Alas, but I guess the only way I can itch that exploration itch is just to go someplace brand new that I've never been personally and just walk around. Yesterday I didn't really have that much of an agenda. I'd made a reservation for lunch at it was like a kind of like a tapas place, but you paid by how many sticks you got. It was a buffet style. But aside from that, I didn't really have much else on the agenda. I just walked around. I just picked random places out that I could see in the distance or on Google Maps and said, I'm going there. And I was entertained. Felt a little like I was making a mistake at first, but, it worked out in the end. There's a lot of things that I do. I make mistakes, sure, but, I usually am good enough to roll with the punches. All right. Oh, sorry. Don't know what's come over me. Just burping all over. That'll be the next podcast. Burping through Europe. Oh, now I got to the end, and I've seen, at least in the center of Prague, there's all these places that sell Trdelnik, or these, I guess, what do they call them, like chimney cakes or something like that. They take like small bands or strips of dough, wrap it around I don't know, I guess a metal pole that's over a fire or an oven or something like that, and then together they form a chimney. And, they slide it off the pole, and then they fill it with stuff. And all the videos I was looking at online before coming said not to get it because it's not really Czech. It's just tourist food, and that makes sense because it's everywhere in the center of the city. But then yesterday when I went questing for a real treat, a collage, like a Danish, mine had berries in it. When I quested, just outside the perimeter of the old city, there was none of that. So, just past the place there at the foot of the bridge. Now I'm walking back over. I'm going to take a little extra care to look at the statues, because that is one of the prime attractions here. Oh. Excuse me. It's not that cold. I don't know why I'm really sniffling. I'm not sick. Oh, these guys don't look like they're having a good time. They got chains on. They're pleading. They look kind of sad. Some guy here doesn't look like he has a care in the world, and looks like this guy's just gonna get whooped with a cross. I'm gonna take a picture of that because that looks funny. 1 second. Still recording. That's good. Open it up. Instagram. Zoom a little bit. Give it a funny caption. No, that's not what I wanted. Story. Now, guess I should take a picture during the daytime. Loving this camera. Alright, now take a picture of what I thought was funny here. Boom. And I'm back. Now I'm walking back over the bridge. I do have somewhat of a plan today. Well, aside from leaving, I checked out, left my bag with the front desk so I could go off an adventure. My flight isn't until like 9 o'clock. So I've got a little time. But here now I'm walking over the bridge. I originally planned to do this yesterday afternoon, but I quickly realized that was probably not going to work because of the just sheer amount of tourists. I thought maybe, it's the week after the main tourist week. Well, that's a fun little canal. It's the, it's after New Year's. The rush should have ended, but there's still a lot of tourists. Maybe it's probably worse a week ago. So, but yeah, during the day, even the non-touristy bridges were pretty crowded. So I wanted to make sure to do this first thing in the morning. But definitely, I tried to sleep in a little bit. Yeah, I've been pushing myself a little bit, averaging, 17, 18 miles a day. I did 20 plus miles yesterday. And, I can't push I can't even think about doing, going out late because, it's like 8:30 and I'm exhausted. Which I guess is for the best. I'm not really a partier anyway, going out and drinking, but I wish I liked beer. There's a lot of things I wish I liked, but I wish I liked beer. That would make things a lot easier. Get a fewer odd looks anyway, when I go out to a brewery and I'm the only one there with the glass of wine. This guy. Devoro Cristo Amico. Oh, I guess that's Jesus. He's got some stuff on his head. Bird poop. It's to be expected. There are a lot of birds here. But yeah, though, going to the Jewish Museum, because that was one of the reasons I wanted to come here originally, is because back in the day, I took a Yiddish lit class that dealt heavily with some events that happened in Prague, and there's a big Jewish history here. I'm going to take a picture of this guy with whatever you want to call it on his head. Hold on. Gonna unlock the phone, go back to the camera. going to do this one on the side. So I feel like that was the better shot. I'm going to Instagram it too, because why not? I guess he could be confused for Inspector Gadget. Well, sun's peeking out of the clouds. That should probably be a good shot too. Sorry, I'm just taking all these pictures. Unlock the phone. Go to the camera. And yeah, okay, wait for those people to walk past. Now. Yeah, definitely loving the camera on this phone. Makes taking pictures real nice. Oh, excuse me. I gotta get that checked out. No, I'm not getting checked out. Just burps. I mean, burps could be a sign of something, but this guy's just holding a adult Jesus like a baby Jesus on the cross. Still never really I mean, I understand it. I just, as a outsider, having your Messiah portrayed always on the cross and dying never seemed like the greatest symbol to me, as or the logo for your religion. Here's how our Savior died. Remember. I mean, I can go off on Christianity for a while, but for now I'm just going to admire some of the pretty art. I did wear sunglasses yesterday for like 5 minutes until the sun went behind the clouds, and I feel like that's winter in Europe, I guess. There've only been a handful of times where I've taken out these new, sunglasses I got for Black Friday, and they're nice. I was excited to wear them out, and just haven't had that many opportunities yet. Maybe today if the sun really decides to come out, but some of these clouds don't look great. If I knew Latin, I could tell you what this was. Maybe, I don't know, some guy with a kid on his shoulder. The staff, maybe not Moses. Guess it'll remain a mystery to me. I'm sure there's a place to go where you can see there's Jesus again. Maybe. I mean, he's holding a small gold cross, foreshadowing his demise, perhaps. Oh, now I'm yawning. I mean, didn't sleep so well. Had some mixed experiences with the hotels so far, at least the first 3, ranging from boarding house to actual nice hotel. Oh, there's some people welcoming a young girl into their cult. This one's behind some scaffolding, so I won't be able to. Reconstruction and restoration of the copy of St. Francis Xavier. I'm sure they're doing a great job. And I guess one thing I was surprised about was the crows in at least mainland Europe they got some nice colors to them. I'm looking at one right now, which I think is a crow. I mean, it looks maybe a raven. It's whatever it is. It's got like dark black wings and like little streak of dark black above his head. Oh, he just pooped. And then it's kind of like a bluish hued gray for the rest of the body. Oh, there he goes. Now, I'm no poop expert, but that looks healthy to me. But that sun's getting bright. I'm not used to that. But no, yeah, I'm just about near the end, and I've run your ear off about statues you can't see long enough, so it's probably time to bid you adieu. Until next time, good day. Excuse me, and good night.